Up next, the management of DB Corp joins us. The company reported a strong set of Q3 numbers. So we have the promoter director at DB Corp, Mr. Girish Agarwaal, joining us now. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. First up, congratulations on a strong set of results this particular quarter. How much of the growth that you saw in the quarter gone by was on account of elections and the World Cup? As the press release indicates, you did see a bump up due to that. And what's a sustainable ad revenue rate going forward?
Okay, thank you very much for this. First of all, if you remember 4 quarters back, you asked a question to me that people are still reading newspapers. So I think this quarter clarifies to you that people are not only reading, advertisers are having a full faith in the newspaper business. So coming to your question now is talking about the category which have grown. So we have seen, unfortunately, in this quarter, we have seen possibly all the categories showing a double-digit growth. So if I start with government, around 30% growth, jewelry around 23% growth, real estate 22% growth, automobile almost 50% growth, health sector 23% growth, FMCG again growth. So I think this time most of the categories have shown a very decent growth.
Okay, so that is something that we can see in the numbers as well, Girish. And whenever we have spoken to you, as you said 4 quarters back, you did say that it's going to do really well for the entire media industry and the print industry as well. Give us a sense of your EBITDA margin improvement, because that has seen a substantial improvement, something that you had indicated earlier. Is it led by higher ad rates? Is it led by lower raw material prices? Because newsprint prices, you said, have come down. Are they expected to go down further?
So I think, as you simply know, revenue going up, cost going down increases the EBITDA margin. So we are at almost 31% EBITDA margin in this quarter, which has increased substantially. And newsprint price, which was last year around 61,000, has come down to 50,000. And we are hoping that this should maybe go down by another 1,000 rupees more. But all depends on the freight now, because the overseas freight seems to be in some trouble. So let's see how it goes, but roughly around 50,000.
What does that do to your margins then? You're already at 31%. How do you see that panning out?
Obviously, we're working towards improving it, and let's see where does it go.
Okay.
So let's now look at the radio business. So what's the outlook over there? Are you seeing an increase in the number of active radio listeners, or are you seeing a shift towards the digital side of the business?
So actually, in radio business, we have shown 28% growth this quarter. EBITDA margin is almost at 40%. But I think in radio business, all the radio players need to improve their rates, because right now they are almost using almost 40% of them that are inventory in the advertising, which I'm not very happy with. It should go down. So people need to increase the rate, bring down the inventory utilization to not more than 20 minutes an hour. So that'll be more advisable.
Okay, but are you seeing that change? Are you seeing an increase in listeners there? Is there a shift to digital? Because digital seems to be the buzzword nowadays.
See, digital is anyway there, but radio listeners are there, and they are increasing based on the content, based on the software. See, radio is what? Radio is only the music in India. We've been trying very hard with government to allow the news in that, but till now not in the right format. So it's all about news. So if you have better software from the Bollywood movies coming in, so people listen to radio more. So I think that way listener base in radio is stable, and I would say on the slightly improving side.
So when you also say that there's room for increasing ad rates in the radio business, how much more do you think can it go to?
See, radio has a problem of the timeline, which means you have an hour fix. In that, you can utilize anything from 20 minutes, 28 minutes for the advertising. And most of the radio channels in India right now are using almost 28 minutes, which is not good. They need to go down. So they need to improve the rate by at least 20-30% and reduce so their overall volume will go down, but the rates will improve, so the top line will not get hurt.
Okay, let's shift to the digital side of the business. Your digital metrics have definitely seen an improvement. What is the revenue that you're getting from your digital foray now? Is it still a burning business, or are you able to see a bit of a jump as far as operational profitability is concerned? Also, any chance of value unlocking in that particular segment?
So digital business is doing decent. We don't have much of ad revenue over there because most of it is not paid for. Idea is to get the critical mass, more and more user. We have almost 15 million MAU now, a monthly active user. We want to improve that, increase that. And I'm sure the value unlocking is the idea in the long term.
Okay, we would like to chat a little more, but completely out of time, and the ads are getting longer, right, during elections and ahead of budget. But Girish, it was really a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much.
One more point before you go, and I would like to urge to all the newspaper companies that since your top line is good, bottom line is good, start investing in the content. And Bhaskar is doing a lot in that.
Yeah, we can see that, and so is CNBC-TV18. But as always, pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us, Girish, and speaking about the outlook of the company. All right, with that, we'll slip into a short break. When we come back, we'll get you more on the markets and stock-specific action on the other side. Stay tuned for that.